Scarcella. You know her. You love her. She's still doing tired old content just over the mid-roll point. You know what this is. You know what this is at this point. She's in too deep to do anything that gives her any sort of creative inspiration. She is bound to this train until she burns out, which is definitely, I mean, this isn't going great. So, this video is called Trans Maxing from Involuntary Celibates to Trans Women. The Sad Truth.
Transmaxing is the act of transitioning to another gender in hope that it may help you to escape inceldom. Apparently incels are now transitioning to be a woman so they can get laid. Cannot make this up. Why are incels turning themselves into girls? Transmaxing is a subculture of young men who embrace trans identities not because they believe they were born in the wrong body or have gender dysphoria, but simply because they can and because they think it'll make their lives better.
So if someone wants to be a girl because they think it'll make their lives better, I don't care. Sure. No one's doing this. But if your primary concern is my life will be better, then yeah, I mean, that seems fine. I mean, this is obviously not a thing that anyone's doing. The involuntary celibate community is well known in their transphobia. I think what this, if anyone claims to be doing this, it's cope. It's cope. It's just like I'm not gay. That's what it would be. That's the same thing. So anyway.
So there is a checklist apparently on this Reddit page that tells
on a Reddit page. Reddit is where I go for things that are definitely happening in social spaces. I wonder if you got it off 8chan too. Does he come from 8chan first?
So-called transmaxers, exactly how transitioning is going to improve their lives. We're going to go by this bit by bit. Number 0, I don't know what starts with number 0. Sexual excitement from having a feminine body. Okay, so this is what being an autogynephile is. I made a video a few months ago with my friend Jana, who is a trans woman. We explained the differences between the two identities or mental disorders, whatever you want to call them. I'll have that link below in the description for you. Number 1.
There are many potential benefits from transitioning from male to female. Sexual excitement from having a feminine body. There is a big difference between autogynephilia and feeling hot, and so you're more likely to get sexually aroused and excited. She sucks, dude. Ugh. Don't send me her, and she's ugh.
1, the superiority of female aesthetics. Okay. Female aesthetics, to me, again, sounds
cute,
very much like autogynephilia.
Nope.
Honestly, if this turns you on, like seeing yourself as a woman, like you wearing it and not someone else, that's autogynephilia.
Being turned on by looking at something you're wearing can just be you think it's hot. Like, it doesn't have to be specifically autogynephilia. Like, if I look it up, autogynephilia. Autogynephilia is defined as a male's propensity to be sexually aroused by the thought of himself as a female. So, if you just like your aesthetic, it's not because you like yourself as a female, it's because you like the aesthetic. There's a big difference in having, like, feeling yourself and being like, damn, I could fuck right now, and fucking autogynephilia. It's not the same. This is, again, I guess we're doing trans stuff today. The transphobe community, apparently she has friends in it. YT Yasmin, thanks for the 50 biddies. God, can you imagine her being her trans friend? Jesus, yeah, you know, right? I mean, they just say wild lies and stuff. This is just a normal part of it. They can't argue from any sort of, like, foundation of good faith because I mean, it falls apart really quick. Okay, so assume everyone's best interest, because that's what trans people report, is that they just have their best interest at heart, and they don't have any fucking nefarious ideas about how they want to pursue their transness or whatever. Assume everyone's in good faith. What is your opposition to good faith transition? And it's usually they can't fucking really figure it out. Well, I just don't want to be in kids. Okay, is that what good faith transition is to you? Is someone telling a child to do it? Okay, no. We agree that telling people and forcing them to do stuff isn't good. Women finding themselves hot. You can't find yourself hot. You can't.
Number 2, access to the transbian dating pool. Okay, now, pause. Now I know why you guys sent this to me. Now I know why you wanted me to talk about this, because this is just ridiculous. So you are telling me that you fetishize lesbians so much that you go on HRT to become trans or to become a woman instead of simply just dating a bisexual.
Is she taking a literal... This is like a Reddit meme.
Or a straight woman. Also, it's definitely not easier being a lesbian or dating as a lesbian. I've been single for 5 years.
Yeah, you've been single for 5 years. I'm shocked. Can you imagine? 5 years? Whoa! There's no reason for that. There's no way to explain why Arielle Scarcella, well-liked individual, is alone.
I promise it's not easier. They're crazy. Number 3, full body orgasms. Also incorrect. Males can have full body orgasms. I don't think it's as easy for them to. You have to definitely...
Oh, expert on the dick, are you? Fuck off. Don't tell me how I can have my orgasms. How dare you? These are sacred things that women, femoids, don't get to talk about the male orgasm. Stay away from it, you hounds. You harpies. I've never had a full body orgasm. I don't know what that means. I've had really good orgasms. I fuck good from time to time. I don't know what a full body orgasm would even entail. I don't need more than what I've had, I guess. I've never felt like... I mean, I'll chase a dragon, but man, I don't really know that there's like something I'm missing. So I'm good. I mean, I don't really need it. If it happens, it happens. Full body orgasm. Let's hear how it happens.
Definitely tap into it mentally. There's a lot of work to be done to make that happen, but it definitely can happen. No.
Mentally? I mean, I'm pretty mentally into it when I'm fucking. Multiple orgasms from penile stimulation. I've had that happen before. Your breasts will become sensitive. I just want to run through these really fast. She's so slow.
Number 4, multiple orgasms from penile stimulation.
Yep, it's totally fine.
This might be true. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask a few trans women friends of mine. What I do know for a fact is that you actually want sex less when you go on HRT.
I mean, I don't know that that's true for any... Most of the time, I think it's people that are finally like a little bit more comfortable with themselves. Are like, hell yeah, I want to fuck. But also, like, maybe sometimes because it's new and can be weird. Anyway, I don't think that necessarily has anything to do with specifically HRT, though to some extent it could. Particularly, I think what would be the one that would take it down is not estrogen, but it would be anything to lower your testosterone. Anyway.
As a trans woman. Number 5, your breasts will become sensitive.
Why are we... No. She's responding to a Reddit meme like it's a shit post. It feels like a shit post. Progesterone makes you horny as fuck.
There are plenty of men who already have sensitive nipples, but maybe that's true. Number 6, you will feel emotions stronger and be happier on estrogen. This one is kind of true from what I understand. Once a person that is born male goes on hormone replacement therapy to start transitioning, their range, from what I understand, their emotions can widen. I guess the extent of their emotions, so to speak. It's not necessarily that you have mood swings or that you have more emotions. It's almost like coming off of an antidepressant. The negative and positive emotions just become wider again.
Dirtcher, thanks so much for the 17 months. 17 months of sensitive nips and chill vibes. Thank you. It has been. I don't know. I feel a wide range of emotions. I don't know. I don't know that estrogen would make me feel them wider. Maybe I'm wrong. I think what most people experience when they take HRT, if they are trans, is like, I don't think my mom was like, oh, now that I've taken HRT and now that I'm on synthesized hormones, I'm really broadening. Maybe it's, and she had problems with her uterus forever. She probably didn't have the right amounts of fucking hormone before that. I don't think she experienced that. I think what people are reporting when they're trans to take HRT, excuse me, is being real fucking happy about it. You know what I mean? Like every person I've known that goes through transition that takes HRT that's talked about it with me explains like just it's a big step. Of course, it's going to bring euphoria and goodness and a wealth of emotions. It's going to be an emotional time for anyone, and your body's going through changes, so it's going to exacerbate it. I don't know that it's like making you a fucking monk. It's not going to increase your wisdom score, okay? But it's going to, like, if it's something that you want to do, yes, the thing is going to make you feel good. True. You feel me?
Number 7, being able to attract cis lesbians.
Like this is why the premise is false. Like, you can't just like if you're not fucking, this isn't going to work. And I think it's pretty obvious that people agree like that this isn't like a real thing.
If you become attractive enough. Again, with fetishizing lesbians, you're gross. Stop it. Number 8, being able to attract high quality.
Whoa, the involuntary celibate community is gross? No way, bro. And blaming it on trans people. A twofer.
Males for sex. Not sure I would consider somebody a high quality male if they were with you knowing you transitioned just to get in your pants. That's also called fetishizing. Number 9, softer skin and less or no acne. Softer skin, I believe, is true. Less acne, I also think might be true. Number 10, live longer. I don't think that's true. We're gonna have to make a video on that. Number 11.
I think that's just I think that's just studies about the difference between the binary genders, the cisgenders. Could be wrong. Being
able to extract resources from males. What the fuck does that even mean? Number 12, you will no longer be driven to do dangerous and idiotic things due to testosterone. I mean, maybe. Number 13.
Idiotic things due to testosterone. Man, this doesn't sound like someone that isn't genuinely transitioning, for the record. This sounds like someone, again, being like, but I'm totally not gay. I'm not trans. Like, look, I just want to be a girl, okay? Which, frankly, is bars. I don't want to be trans, I just want to be a girl. That makes sense. I've heard that before. People have said that kind of thing. That's real. Okay? I get it. But also, this isn't like how people are thinking. This isn't a thing. Stop and reverse hair loss. Uh-oh.
13, stop and reverse hair loss. I think that might be true. Number 14, people will treat you better if they think you are female. Not necessarily.
No.
There are privileges that come with being perceived as female, and there are privileges that come with being perceived as male. It doesn't mean that male privilege and female privilege don't exist. It means that all privileges exist. In fact, in woke cities like San Francisco, you actually are more privileged as a trans person. Get $1,200 a month. I think I'm move to San Francisco. Number 15.
Moving to San Francisco. Get $1,200 a month being trans in San Francisco. That's true. It's a true thing. No one look it up. All you have to do is be trans and be in San Francisco at the same time.
15, less likely to get killed. I don't know where they're getting that from. Number 16, access to female spaces. Males are disgusting. Gross. Number 17, cheaper car insurance. Okay.
Cheaper car insurance.
Okay, whatever. Going
That is true, though.
through any transition is not fun, even if you do have gender dysphoria. Just for a second, I want you guys to imagine these types of people doing it when they don't have gender dysphoria. Guided by a 73-page manifesto, Transmaxers see gender transition as a revolutionary response to the combination of industrialization and biomedical technologies that they feel have eroded the financial and reproductive opportunities previously available to most men.
Nobody thinks this. It's expensive to do all of that anyway. What? A very real phenomenon. The social pirate wires. I guarantee if you look up this account, totally reputable, not wacky at all.
So there was a time in the world where no one was woke, right? It was okay to be a gay man that dressed in drag. It was okay to be a straight man who cross-dressed. Then trans women, of course, started coming out, being more vocal, and then, of course, acceptance of trans people naturally followed. Of course, all of these things should be accepted, but this should not. And I'm gonna get spiritual for a second. Hear me out. What these men are saying is that if people don't see my worth from a dating perspective, I'm going to completely change who I am.
I agree with you that if they were doing that, that would be a problem. I do not think that in the United States system of commodified healthcare, these low-wage, admittedly, involuntary celibate teenage dudes or 20-something dudes, I don't think they're transitioning wantonly. And if any of them say that they're doing so just so that they can get a girlfriend, it's cap. It's just a lie. They're just lying. Ain't nobody doing gender transition if they actually don't want to exist like that. Not a thing.
How is that healthy on any level? That is not self-love.
She got just easy trolled by the internet. She's just a boomer right now.
It's not self-esteem. Look, there's the outer world and then there is your inner world. Guess which one you always have to live with. And to be complete, we have to understand both. Inner peace is your inner world. The outer world is
she on some fucking salt crystal shit? Uh-oh.
Your mission and what you have to offer society, your gifts. By changing who you are, isn't that denying both of these things? Most people are stuck in ego power or fake power, where they confide in other people to see their own value or worth.
No. It's... I don't know how this why do we have to keep saying this specific thing? Freedom of expression lies independent of anybody else's experience of me, okay? My freedom to express myself. However, we also do experience each other, right? So knowing that we experience each other, what we're asking for is simply this. If you exist, you get to express yourself. To a point, right? You can't, like, if your self-expression is also involving, I guess, like, punching small children, well, obviously that violates their bodily autonomy. You can't do that. So things that violate other people's freedoms, you don't get to do. But like your self-expression is definitely one thing you absolutely get to do. There's no wrong way to do it. And it's irrelevant what anybody else's opinion is of it. But that doesn't mean that like people don't want to have positive social interactions. And you're arguing that no one owes you a positive social interaction, which is true, but that's not what no one's saying everyone owes me a positive social interaction. What people are saying is we ought to just choose to be kind to each other in social interactions. And like, it's not hard to just be like, oh, this is your name and these are your pronouns. Okay. Like, if you have problems with that, it's not a big deal. I promise you, unless you're like a parent who's doing it on purpose, misgendering their fucking kid or something. Like, it's always the people with fucking malice that are getting called out. It's not the people who are making genuine mistakes and are just or unless someone's having a bad day. But even then, like, it's usually a bad day because someone's having fucking a shitty opinion. So, like, you're aiding the people. You say that trans people should be accepted, but you do not advocate for that behavior to exist. You have to advocate for the behavior as well. So you need to be telling the shitters to stop being shitters to trans people, not for trans people to stop whining that the shitters are being shitters. You feel me? No, you don't. You should be advocating on behalf. You should be an ally to trans people. But that is not how you butter your bread, is it? It's not where you make your bag, is it? If you start telling these boys how to live their lives, you're going to stop being able to feed yourself with YouTube money. So you're not going to. And that's why capitalism's bad. It's part of it, at least. If you took punditry out of, like, monetization And you just didn't let people make any money covering the news? I'll be a gamer. That's fine. I think that'd be a W for the world. I think that'd be a W. I'd move on to some other topic. I wouldn't have to talk about this shit.
My shoulders being a slut. We're just going to leave
Well, specifically, I guess, monetizing it to the degree that, like, Daily Wire and Fox News do. You'd have to have individuals. Again, I don't know how you can fucking keep that in the bag. Technology just is out so far. Why are we looking at your shoulder?
there. A better explanation might be fake power is allowing somebody else's opinions of you to validate your own worth. To create the love that you should have for yourself.
Someone figure out a reasonable way to, besides just cultural zeitgeist shift, which I think is probably the answer. Is there a way to regulate speech that doesn't suck? One that I would agree with, because I keep talking myself out of regulating everything because I don't want it. I don't want it to be regulated. It's hard to, like, it's sort of like that the porn thing. Like, what is porn? Well, there's a difference between art and porn, but I know porn when I see it. I know fucking propaganda when I see it. I mean, that's what it is. We're looking at it. How do you differentiate between what Fox News does and just, like, you know, being a journalist? You feel me? Like, it's pretty clear punditry exists in, like, the opinion space. Maybe it's just that. If you're giving your opinion, you can't market. You can't be a fucking pundit. I don't even know if you can do it. Anyway. It's not really about free speech. I want free speech. So that's why I don't want to regulate it, but it needs to be rooted out of the system, and I don't know how to do it. I think really all it would be is market response. Just like you have to go after their money. Have more limited speech. Yeah, but I don't like any of their speech laws because, like, for instance, the UK has blasphemy laws and shit, which are dog shit. I really don't like a lot of their I don't know about France, Germany, and I think Australia has some things I disagree with too. Like, they ban, like, fucking video game. Fuck that shit. I don't agree with a lot of censorship. What I also don't agree with, though, is obviously it's propaganda. You know what I mean? I don't know how to reconcile those. I don't know if there is reconciliation, but I'd love to figure it out. This is why I'd like to have a conversation with somebody who maybe wants to regulate it. Maybe, but I don't want to do lefty infighting shit. I don't know.
Yes, it feels nice when we get a ton of likes on Instagram, or when we get a ton of great comments, or when someone wants to sleep with us. All of a sudden, we feel like we are worthy to exist, worthy of attention. But is this real power? What if that same person or that same group of people started to come around and called you ugly and basic? You would be upset. I mean, most people would. What's really happening here is that you are allowing that person or those people to control the feelings you have about yourself.
This is like how she copes. No, go get therapy, bro. It is reasonable for people to have the expectation that other people will be decent to you. That is a reasonable expectation, and it is one that we should expect in society. I totally disagree that just deal with it, bro. I don't want the federal government stepping in and arresting anybody. I don't want anyone fucking arrested. But, like, I think in society, you should feel fucking bad if you're a phobe. And it seems like that's what's happening anyway. You should feel fucking bad if you're a bigot, bro. Like, it just is what it is. You just don't get to. How you would regulate it would be in a non-direct way. Instead of attacking the speech, you have to attack the idea. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it would have to go some form of the institutional way that it works, that you would attack, that is indirect to the speech that they, yeah. It'd have to be to the structure of, like punditry or something. I don't know. Did she do this video after the Twitter Spaces debacle? I didn't see that.
Your inner self-worth. Why would you want someone else to control your feelings? Is that powerful? What this comes down to in a very weird way is that being a woman or
control your feelings. I don't understand. Sarah's back there. I don't understand why you think someone being validly pissed off by people is like them controlling the feelings. Like, these people are not complaining about just fucking passerbys. They're complaining about, like, their school or their parents or fucking the government. Like, yes, people would like randos to be nice, but that's not who they care about. And then there's just a culture of people like you, just shitters, who are just like, nah, be an asshole. I'm for fucking free speech, big time. You just heard me. I don't even want to take Ben Shapiro's free speech away or fucking Tucker Carlson, but I think if you did take their free speech away, the world would be better. And I can't reconcile that. It's hard for me to figure out, is there a way to have them stop fucking being allowed to literally lie on TV for money? I don't know, man.
Being trans is seen as offering much more than simply being a dude who can't get laid. Or maybe in some way it's this weird idea of becoming what you can't attain. Also, something that people that are covering this topic aren't noting is that these guys might very well be doing this because the current
Calvin says gay ops. Oh no.
society hates cis straight white men. It happened with young women first. All these young women are no longer wanting to simply be straight. They're identifying as queer, non-binary, gender fluid, whatever these things are. They dyed their
whatever these things are. I want them all to be accepted, whatever these things are. Fuck off. Fucking loser, dude.
hair. They started getting septum piercings, and all of a sudden they're showing up at pride parades.
Yes. Yes, it is good. Intersectionality is a good thing.
Interestingly enough, in a twist of fate, it is now starting to affect young men. New studies find millions of young non-binary and transgender Americans.
Yep.
Apparently, roughly 1.6% of American adults are now transgender or non-binary, according to a 2022 survey. The number is even higher among young adults, with 5% of people under 30 now identifying their gender as different from the one assigned to them at birth.
Yep, millions and millions of valid people like that exist. And most people know one or more of these people and they love them and it's totally fine with them, and you're not going to get them to fucking hate their own families. Like, it's just not going to happen. Cat's out of the bag, bro.
Also, has anyone talked about how political this actually winds up being? Again, have you ever seen a non-binary Republican?
Because Republicans attack them.
A queer conservative? A Republican
There are queer conservatives.
trans maxer? This reminds me of this video that I saw the other day.
I will no longer call a person queer if I don't see them participating in queer politic. You're gay, sure, you're gay. That is not the same as queer. If you haven't put a mask on in a week, not queer.
Seems like a lib. I don't know. Seems like if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. You know what I mean? Like, same shit.
You're just not queer. You're not. Queerness is supposed to be radical. It's supposed to be about supporting each other, helping each other, and making sure that we lift up from the most vulnerable of our community.
Liberal.
By the way, just so people understand, I have never been more happy in my life for someone to tell me that I am not queer. Number one, I hate that word. I don't identify with it. Number two, this is exactly
Okay, then you don't have to. What the fuck? Other people get that.
why I hate this word and why I don't identify with it, among a number of other reasons. Queerness is
This is exactly why, except for the other stuff.
supposed to be radical? No, queerness is supposed to be about being homosexual, about being bold and be
About being homosexual? No. That's not what queer is. No.
being yourself. Being bold enough to love yourself and to be yourself
You could be not every queer person is gay. Okay?
radical. No, what's not? Changing yourself to fit in. Changing yourself so that
Gay is used as like a shorthand.
you're liked more.
It certainly doesn't mean homosexual anymore. It can, but it doesn't only mean that. It's sort of a catch-all sometimes.
Transitioning to become less hated. I mean, all calling yourself queer does at this point in the game is just make you seem a little bit edgier, I guess. Potentially get a few more victim points, which doesn't really seem radical to me. Also, remember when being radical was about not listening to the government? Remember when that was a thing? When the left was all like, don't tell me what to do, don't tell me how to live my life? My, how that's all changed.
Nope, hasn't changed at all. I would love to talk to Arielle. She couldn't handle it though. Let's have a conversation, Arielle. I want to talk about all your terrible takes.
And people still ask me why I left the left as I continue to post videos like these. I hope this video once again explained it for those of you who do not get it or did not get it. Other than that, if you are not subscribed,
Jesus Christ. I wonder why I do videos like these specifically just because it's the only thing that your fan base will click on, and they're not even really doing that. Rough. It's tough out there for the phobes, dude. It's tough.